So I'm very quickly going to show you how you can include JavaScript libraries, jQuery, query, whatever you want inside a Domino database, not using the traditional resources area. So this is a brand new empty database. Nothing's in here, no code, no agents, no forms, just the default untitled view, nothing else in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to show an example of putting full calendar in the page, so you see how that can be done. So the first thing we actually need to do is bring up the package explorer in Domino Designer, which I think by default isn't there. It might be there if you choose the X pages perspective, but the other way you can do it is you can just say show Eclipse views, choose other, type in package, and you'll see package explorers here. Click OK, and a new tab should have appeared here. It didn't, so let's try switch into X pages layout, and there you can see the tab here. These two tabs, basically you've got the views, codes, things like that, but if you go to package explorer, it lists all the database you have open in Designer, and you can see there's actually the forms and access to things like that, and because I don't have any in this database, there aren't any. But don't worry about any of that stuff. The one you care about is this web content folder, and what you can do with that is you can actually drag in JavaScript files, things like that. So this is actually the full calendar scheduler code that you can download from their website, and inside the lib here is actually the main CSS, the JavaScript, and also there are examples of things. And what we're going to do is we're going to just drag and drop that entire folder into this. We're going to say copy files and folders because we want them within our NSF. So we click OK, and that's now copying those files into the Domino database. It will maintain that folder structure, so any referencing within CSS, within JavaScript that references subfolders, things like that, as long as they're not hard-coded to a server and their relative paths, they're going to come in. So we can see here now we have the same structure that we have within the file system now within the Domino database. So I can close this. If I now go back to the demo database and I go to forms, I'm going to create a new form, and this is just going to be demo cal. I'm going to click OK. I've got a brand new clean form. I'm just going to say this is a calendar, and now I'm just going to go over to the full calendar page. On this is literally their getting started code. So I can see within the HTML head they have this information. I don't need the actual script here, although I could put that in. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come over to here to the HTML head content. I'm going to paste that in, but because this is a formula, I need to pass that in as a string, so I'm just going to put that in double quotes. Tick that, so that's okay. And then I think you're messing around with JS headers, so this you can go put in JavaScript. So I'm going to just copy this script, and we're going to put this over here. And one thing I did notice was in the HTML head content, this is referencing full calendar /main, and actually that's not the name of the folder that everything is in. So what I need to do is change that to be the same as we have in the packager. So it's actually full calendar /dash scheduler, and then the style sheet, everything are in lib. So it's going to change this to scheduler /lib, and we'll just copy and paste this, and that should be the same. So okay, so they now will reference the correct library. So this is basically saying from the source of this page, go to this folder in this database, and it's full calendar scheduler /lib main.css. And then if I go back to the example, the other thing I need is this div, which tells it where the calendar is going to go. So we're going to just put that on the page here, and we're going to mark that as pass-through HTML. And if I save this, this is called demo cal. So if I go back to this demo JS to NSF, and I am authenticated, and this is a form. You can see now I've got that calendar in a page, and I can cycle through, go to today, do whatever I was going to do with that calendar. But that's how you can include JavaScript files, and if I want to edit any of these, I can literally just click on it, and it's going to come up with the editor, and it's actually a much nicer editor when you're in here than it is trying to edit the JavaScript inside the traditional Domino Designer JS area, in that it kind of, will do proper indentation, all that kind of thing. And you would just save that, and that's how you can do JavaScript within the web content area of a database. And that's all within the NSF, so if you put that in a template, when you apply the design to another database, it's going to get moved up there, it's going to get replicated around any changes, all that good stuff.